Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm at work, but I have a bit of interesting work today. I have a server upgrade, and it's an IBM x3650 Model 4, and I have to upgrade it with one additional processor, 64 gigabytes of additional RAM, and I have to install some SSDs. It already has 4 SSDs that are at 250 gigabytes a piece, and now we are upgrading it to 500 gigabytes. And instead of buying the original IBM hard drive, we are trying to just use a normal Samsung off the shelf, put it in your laptop computer hard drive. This one is 1,000 kronas, where an original IBM one would be almost 9,000 kronas. So there's a big difference, and if this works, it will be great. The server is not that important. It's not like a mission critical server, so this is okay. And it's gonna be put in a RAID 0, so no security whatsoever. So this is a great test to try that out. Yeah, and behind this door, where all the noises is all the server, and we'll go see the server that is being upgraded. Right now I'm installing the VMware client. I have to go in and kick off all the computers running on it, because it's like a test server. They use the server for packaging programs for the users, but now they ran out of capacity on it and they want some more. So it's after hours, everybody has gone home, so I'm working late. So let's go see. Okay, this is the server that is being upgraded. It's a very nice System x3650 Model 4. Very nice server. And it has 2 boot drives. Really not necessary for this kind of server. It could just boot on a USB stick, but I'm not going to change that. And it has these 4 SSD disks that we want to exchange. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 2 here of the other ones, and we're going to move everything from these 4 over to these 2, and then we're going to put in more SSD disks, 500 gigabytes SSD disks in here. So that's the plan right now. But well, now I have to go and see if the client is installed for me. Okay, here's my computer, and I see that the client has been. This is on another location than where I normally work, so this is a old slow computer. I'm gonna log in, and we're gonna see if everything is as it should be. And something is teasing, unknown error. Okay, probably need some more here. And we get this irritating message. Oh, no. And it will be loading. Okay, it seems that none of the servers has been shut down, and I need to shut all the virtual servers down before I start upgrading the host. So I'm gonna go into the virtual machines, and I'm gonna mark everything there, and we are gonna shut down guests, all of them. There we go. So if someone didn't get the message, they will be disappointed now. So here we have everything that is going to be installed. These are old hard drives, and I really only need the case
or the bay, or what you call it. And I'm just gonna put in 2 to start with. I'm gonna take out these old hard drives and I'm gonna put in 2 of the new ones. And I'm gonna install this RAM. And this is original IBM RAM, although it's also produced by Samsung. Really funny. And I'm gonna put in this processor. Hopefully I ordered the right one, because these are actually quite expensive. So I'm gonna try and do that. And I have a pretty normal little toolkit here. I think this is a $5, or maybe it's $6 or $7 tool set that I use for this, and it comes with a screwdriver, and this is probably all that I'm gonna need, and this bit should be good. Otherwise there is smaller screwdrivers there. Well, I got smarter. These bits are quite complicated. It's like it's a torque with a pole in the middle, but I was lucky. I had a screwdriver that could go inside and turn the screw. So it's not good, but I think it will work. Okay, I actually managed to get the screws out, and yeah, and I forgot one. Oh. But it turned out to be a lot harder than I had expected. This one I have already loosened, so it comes out fairly easy, but yeah, those screws was not very easy. And now we're gonna open up the solid state discs, and I have a little knife just to do that nicely. There we are. Here we are, solid state disc. Just checking that the plugs are at the same place. And they are. That looks really empty. There could be 2 of those in here, no problem. And it seems like this is, oops. It looks very similar. Have to screw it in the right place, but it looks exactly the same. And I'm just going to check if I should be so lucky that there was a couple of screws in here. And I'm not. So we'll have to reuse the old screws. Not a very good thing, but that's okay. I'll put back in the screws. Like that. I'm not gonna bother you with the next one. It's the same procedure. So here we have 2 hard drives all ready to go. Hopefully they will work. And I'm putting away the tools because that will not be needed anymore. So I'm gonna go see if the computers has done shutting down. Here we are. Yeah, we have all but one is shut down. So we'll try and ask that again if it will shut down nicely. Power down guest. Oh, it doesn't have VMware tools installed, so it's not able to shut down. So we'll have to kick it off. Power off. Yes. And it's off. So now I will shut down the host. Shut down host. Will be shut down, and we're gonna call it upgrade. CPU. That's not a C. CPU. RAM and hard drive. Okay. So now the host should be shutting down. And we'll go see that. See, the light is still on, so the host has not shut down yet, but I suspect that it will be getting there. Still working a bit on the operating system, and I'll prepare a keyboard and a monitor. Oh, it's blinking now. Now it has shut down. Okay, I just pulled the server a bit out of the rack, but now I'm gonna go around the back and check that no cables are in the way. I don't want to pull a lot of extra equipment down while I do this. And this is the server, and well, everything looks good. It looks like the arm will go out, and let's take it nice and easy and see what happens. And hopefully it won't say crashing in on the floor when somebody did something wrong. And I have a little, we call this an elephant foot to stand on. And we're gonna take off the cover. I'm actually gonna unplug the power first. So like that. And I'm gonna take off the cover. There we are. That down. And look inside. And here we have the existing setup. Looks like there's 4 blocks of memory, and they're each 8 gigabytes. So when there is now going to be 2 processors, I have to find a way that distribute the amount of memory between the 2 processors and see what will be the best. And the new processor is going to go in here. And I think the package only contains the processor and the heatsink. So let's go see that, and I'll check the cover and we'll see the memory configuration, how to put in some more memory in this server. Look at this door. It's a bit like walk-ins down here. Okay, here is the memory configuration of the server, and there is like, if you only have 1 processor, this is the way to put them in this order. If you have 2 processors, that's the way to put them in that order. So I'll have to do that, and it's pretty neat that everything is right on the left, that you can just do that. But I'll read this and make sure that I don't make a fool of myself too much. Okay, so here's the box with the new processor. Let's see what's in that. I didn't bring my tripod. I didn't know that I was gonna make this film, so I was caught unprepared. But I thought this would be so interesting, so that it would be a good thing to. Oh, there's a longer guide to how to put in this new processor. And I don't know if anyone has seen this thing. This is the processor, but it comes with a little tool for putting in the processor perfectly. So when you put down this tool on the server, it will be aligned perfectly. And what is this? It's a extra fan. I didn't see that one coming. It's the first time I do this on this kind of server. But it comes with an extra fan. Cool. So we have the fan, we have the processor and the processor tool, and we have a heatsink. I'll just put down the camera and take that out. That's the heatsink. It's kind of small. So yeah, processor, boy, there's a lot of connections there. It looks like, on a little distance, it looks like one solid piece of gold, but when you go closer, there's a lot of small connections down there. So let's go put this in, and I'll deal with the RAM when this is in, probably. Okay, what is dangling here is the anti-static wristband that you put on, so that you don't so that you don't electrocute the server with static electricity. Okay, let's start with the easiest thing, the fan blower, and it looks like the other ones, so, and it goes right there. And there's like a placeholder that I have to get rid of first, like black piece of plastic, and then the fan goes down there instead of that piece of plastic. Oh. And that fan blower is of course put in because now we need a little more air on the processor. And then we have to get rid of the plastic thing that covers the processor down here. And that is normally done by releasing these. Oh. Releasing this one and releasing these. And getting rid of this. And then we have the processor socket down here. And for all those golden connections, there's a little golden pin. So very important not to break any of this. And then we have to get this out of our box. And this is where I would really have loved my tripod, because I think I'll have to put down the camera for a bit. Yeah, you can see what is going on here, and then I can use both hands. There we are. And here is the tool. You hold it in this thing, and you place it down on the socket. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't place it wrong. Okay, it can only go one way, so it has to go down this way. If I turn it around and try and put it down that way, the tool won't fit. So I suppose it goes that way. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, that looks good. So we're gonna put it down, and right now it's on lock mode, and then I'm gonna turn it, and hopefully it released the processor, and yes it did. And we're gonna put the processor back, and then we're gonna close the lid here. Seems there is an order. This one cannot go down before this one is down because of the way this is designed. But it's there, and now we're gonna put on the heatsink, and it comes with a transparent green plastic protection that you pull off, and there's a little cut here, and that goes up there. So that goes in there like that, and this pin goes down, I guess, and it's in. That was kind of easy. So now I'm just gonna take all these pieces with me back out and get the RAM. So I've moved the RAM inside and I unpacked it. There's 2 blocks in every case. There are 4 cases, so there are 8 blocks. And in the server there is already 4 blocks, and that's together is 12 blocks of RAM, and that's 6 blocks for each processor. So if we see the chart here, the first 4 blocks are in processor number 1. So number 1, 4, 9 and 12 is already installed, and then I really need to put in number 13, number 16, number 21, number 24 and forward. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know if the camera can record that. I'll need to use both hands. Just not to confuse people that are buying this server, there's like plastic tape over the slots that you're not able to use unless you have 2 processors. And it says the camera has a feature, we can just look at it. It says here DIMMs 13 to 24 enable when CPU number 2 is installed, and we're installing CPU number 2, so I'm gonna remove the plastic now. There we are. And the same thing down here. Oh, that's kind of hard to get down to. There we are. And I'll put in the memory. Okay, I'll put in 4 blocks of memory for the processor number 2, and it's number 13, number 16, number 21 and number 24 down here. And now there are 4 blocks left, and that's 2 blocks for each processor. So now I need to see, I just put in number 24, so now I have to put in number 2 up here. A memory block in number 2, and that would be the one down there next to number 1. So we're gonna put in one there. Does it have to turn around? That's how. Number 2, and the next one after number 2 is number 14. And number 14 is right there. And after 14 is number 5. One, two, three, four, five. That one. Okay. After number 5, it's number 17. And number 17 is right around there. It has numbers out here on the edge, and down here it has between the memory blocks. It says that 21 is that one, so it's not that hard. You just have to find where the numbers are. And this should be number 17. So that was the memory, and now I should be able to close up the server again and plug it on power and just put in the hard drive. Take these straps and the memory and put it somewhere else. So yeah, that should be it. Putting the cover back on again. There we are. And I can plug in the power. It's a bit hard to get in there. There we are, one power supply. Yeah. Okay, I just ran out of power and had to find some power for the camera. So this is a very hardcore power solution. A rack power solution for my camera. But I managed to plug in both power plugs on the server, and I'm now gonna bring it back to place. Which is a bit difficult with only one hand. So, gonna put it back in. There it is. And I will now put on a monitor and a keyboard. I need to, when I plug in the hard drives, I need to go into the BIOS and configure a new LUN storage device for the 2 new hard drives. I'm gonna go get those. We're gonna put in the new hard drives in these 2 bays, and these are just fillers, empty plastic things to make sure that the airflow is right. And just for curiosity, I'll just have a look at one of these original or IBM drives and compare them to the Samsung not original drives that I'm putting in. It looks pretty much the same, I must say. So let's see if it fits. I'm gonna put this back in. And we'll see if this goes in. Hopefully it does. Looks good. So that's it. And the monitor cable is good. And I'm gonna power on the server and try to hit the BIOS button. And everything powered on. System initializing memory. It's probably a good thing. Oh, damn. It does not recognize the CPU. Mismatch CPU cache size. Apparently the CPU is not the right model. Crap. So now the system is booting, but I had to take out the processor again. It was not. The processors need to be the same kind, the same model. Otherwise, it won't run. So when I took out the processor, I was able to go into the BIOS, and I've been in BIOS, and I've been in configuring the RAID adapter. And this is the RAID adapter, and I've already configured it, but I just want to show you that it's done. I had to connect the mouse also. Start. Here are the RAIDs and the disks in the server now. It has a virtual drive of 278 gigabytes, and that's on the very, there we are, where the two first drives are two 300 gigabyte SAS drives that the server boots on, and that's those two here. And then there's another drive, and that's a virtual drive of 951 gigabytes, and that is these four SATA SSDs. And then at the end, down here, there is the last drive, 930 gigabytes, and that is two 465 gigabyte drives, and it's a RAID 0, so no security whatsoever. And I went in and configured that, and now I'm going back out, and I'll be ready to boot the server. So home, exit, yes, enter, and I'll now boot the server and see if it starts up in VMware, and if VMware is able to see the new partition. Escape, escape, escape. And yes, to exit. The server booted. Oh. And as you can see, it has 96 gigabyte of RAM. It originally had 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I installed 64 gigabytes. Even though I took out one processor, I was able to fit all the RAM slots for the first processor. So the RAM is installed. I will have to move around on it if the second processor is installed, but I did put in all the RAM. So. Back out here with the computer, I'm gonna try and reconnect. It's actually already trying to reconnect, but it's not able to. And the password, oh, I just packed that away. Okay, the server is entering again, and all the machines are still here. see if we have some storage here. We have two storage pools right now. It has the original 300 gigabytes, and it has the SSDs that it had already. So we're gonna go see if we can find some more storage. And it found the storage that I put in. It's right there. We'll put that next. And we want it to be BMFS5. Yes. The hard disk is blank. A partition will be created and used. Next. Enter a storage name. This is the new. They're gonna be so happy about that one. Maximum available space. Yep. And finish. And it's doing something down here. Preparing the storage, I guess. In progress. It's completed and it's up here now. Cool. Now I'll see if I can move around the data to make room for the next two 500 gigabyte SSDs that are going to be installed. I'm not sure if I'm gonna install them this time. I have to go down here one more time anyway to exchange the processor. I hope the place where we buy this stuff will take it back, because otherwise I made a bad choice. But thank you for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. Have a really nice day. Bye.